Today we've got some viewer gameplay that we're going to be going over. We have a Mercy trying to implement the strategies and tactics that we went over in our previous live stream where we covered one of her games, and we're going to be going through it, looking for mistakes and room for improvement. And if you would like to have your gameplay reviewed here on stream, send the import code to DudeNoWayLive@gmail.com, and I would be happy to turn it into some content. So, on your team, we have a Ana, we have a Sojourn, we've got a D.Va and an Ashe. We got the ladies squad here rolling on your side right now. Everybody is moving towards the point you are defending here, and the high ground position is most important to start at. You can see your D.Va is already clearing that out. Your Sojourn is also clearing that out. It's good to see your Ashe and your teammates actually getting up to that high ground position, and you are gonna go ahead and take your space up there as well, presumably, right? Looking for the opportunity to Guardian Angel to someone. There we go. And you go ahead and you put yourself in a good spot. You have the damage boost on the Ashe, which is exactly what you want to see. That's good stuff right there. The Ashe has the most burst potential. Between Ashe and Sojourn, Ashe has significantly more burst potential in her neutral game compared to Sojourn, who needs to charge up the railgun, and then Sojourn has the most boost potential, or burst potential even. So you're going to see Ashe catch a lot of kills from headshots while the blue beam is on her, and similarly, you're going to see the Sojourn catch a lot of kills from headshots while her railgun is charged. So both of these characters are great for attaching the damage boost to. You got the heals going out, that's good. You can see the enemy team has a Junkrat and a Genji, and the Junkrat specifically is going to make standing on this high ground position a little bit more difficult if he jumps up into the air, right, and starts lobbing bombs onto your position. It's going to be difficult to stay in this spot, but this is the perfect place for you to be right now. And again, I just want to highlight your positioning here, which is very strong. You are behind the sign, fully line of sight broken from the enemy team. They can't get you at all, and the blue beam is on the Ashe. So even though they know you are here, the Ashe is going to be here able to do the thing that she does best, which is get headshots and get kills. And you are going to be completely safe from any of these projectiles that are being fired your way, assuming that the Junkrat bombs don't land and kind of roll next to you, right? You are in exactly the right place. You'll love to see it. And you got the healing. You're swapping between the healing and the blue beam. Yes. Yes. This is it. This is gorgeous. This is great. This Junkrat trap, you can see that your team actually sees it. I know you saw it go down. Bang. Yup, exactly. Exactly. Gotta keep your team safe, right? And this is exactly what I said would happen. The Junkrat's gonna boost himself up into the air and start lobbing the grenades down onto this point to make it hard for your team to be in this high ground position. Thankfully, even if you fall, you can easily get over there by Guardian Angeling over to either the Ana or the D.Va, and then just kind of floating down onto it. Right, and you're using your Guardian Angel in this moment to keep yourself up and off of the raised position. And you can see that the Ana is getting low, and you instinctively go over to the Ana. This is good for you because the Ana needs to stay alive. She is the second most important target on your team next to D.Va, but the Ana is going to be the one pumping out a significant amount of healing for your team, and she's going to help D.Va stay alive with the help of her grenade and the sleep dart, which will come in extremely handy against like people like the Ramatra during his ultimate, stuff like that. So the Ana absolutely needs to stay up here. And I know you can see that your Sojourn is critical on the other side there, but in this moment, you can't actually get to her, and she is extremely, extremely low health, and she is dueling with this Genji right now. She has the mobility to get off of this raised staircase and actually go behind the point over to the left here. I'm just going to pull it off of you. Over behind the point, there is a mega health pack, so if she really needs it and she has the dash off cooldown, then she'll be able to slide over there and pick up that health pack before she dies. I see you swapping out, pumping out some of that damage. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of damage going out here and there. So you got your D.Va is up, you got your Ashe and your Ana are both here. The only thing that makes me nervous about this scenario is that Junkrat can get a value tire or a value mine on you guys while you're all clumped up like this. The tire, if it explodes right here, will blow up all three of you, but he does not have ultimate yet. He's not even close to an ultimate, and he's not even with you, so that's nothing really to worry about. But when the Junkrat is here, you know, you just want to spread out just a little bit more than you normally would, right? Got the blue beam going out. The blue beam going out, that's good stuff. Keeping everybody up. You see the Ana whiffed her sleep dart there, and that's unfortunate. The Ashe is using her coach gun to push back the enemy team. You can see Ramatra is about to go into his tank form and start punching the hell out of everyone in sight. So now's going to be a good time for you to start Guardian Angeling up into the sky. Okay, so he's just going to block. You can see he's blocking right now. He's just going to block and do absolutely nothing, so that's great for your team. And your healing is getting crazy, right? And you did exactly what I said you should do. Start Guardian Angeling up into the sky. And because your ultimate just charged up, it might even be worth it to pop your ultimate early, because you got one so quickly that you could realistically pop it now, and then you could get a ton of value out of keeping your team alive while also staying off of the point, using your flight to stay aloft, and making it more difficult for this Junkrat to actually kill you. That might be the call here. Let's see what you do. And you do exactly what I thought you should do. You pop your ultimate because you got it so quickly. There's really no reason not to. And you can see TikTok Moira is down here, and she's going for her latest clip. She needs to make sure that she gets those followers over on TikTok. So she's going for your Ashe. She hasn't seen a healing beam in her entire life, and she's going to try and take your Ashe down right now. And with the amount of hit points that your Ashe actually has, it's a good possibility that she actually will, but your res is off cooldown, so you could just pick her right back up and completely deny TikTok Moira her value. And there goes Ashe. Ashe went down. That's unfortunate. And right now, you are readjusting. You're using your flight to get around. You're using your flight to be elusive. Again, this is exactly what I wanted to see when you actually started popping your ultimate to begin with. You know, you keep everybody on the point alive, and you stay off of the low ground where the Junkrat can very easily get you. Just watch out for that trap as you fall down. Hopefully you don't fall into that, as your flight kind of falls away here. So you pull out the gun, and you're trying to catch a little bit of... one thing that I love that you are doing right now is you're remembering before in your previous review where I told you about the 2-second rule for support, and you're not committing to engaging with your blaster for more than like 2 seconds, and then you're back to doing the supporting role. That is exactly what you want to see. You have really taken all of the tips that I've given you, and even just in this first 2 minutes and 15 seconds, I can see all of the tips that I gave you in your previous review coming into play right here. You're going to res the Ana. And unfortunately, you do go down from the Junkrat's mine there. And, you know, it is what it is. At least your team has an Ana alive right now. Potentially, you could have... you know, there's really nothing you could have done in this moment. The D.Va is here. She is about to be out of mech. You guys have lost this point. Like, it is what it is. Their whole team is right here. Pretty much no one on their team is dead right now. Your team is starting to fall away, and the Ana may or may not be able to live through this, but because you rezzed her, her cooldown should be up, so she should be able to anti-heal this Ramatra, and potentially your D.Va, if her rockets are off cooldown, will be able to kill the Ramatra and actually destroy their push a little bit here. But with this little hit points, you know, there's also the potential that she just doesn't make it at all. And you see the Ana is up. She's going to try and sleep dart the Ramatra, but it looks like she missed here. Unless this thing has some serious aim assist, I'm pretty sure she missed. But at the very least, she should be able to get around this corner. Let's see it from Ana's perspective real quick. Bang, and she was able to get around the corner. That nade, while it did help her stay alive, could have been better used on her feet instead of the wall. And by using it on her feet, the Ana would have healed the D.Va and the Sojourn that are next to her. But because she used it on the wall to her side, there was really no... the splash wasn't large enough to actually hit the people behind her. We're going to play this out from here. You guys are losing the point right now. You can see that they almost have the second pie piece, and they're going to get the third pie piece. There's just too many of them there for you guys to make a realistic difference. And so we're watching. So we're watching this happen. They're taking the point here. You should be up at this moment. Your Ana is trying to keep your team alive. They realistically don't need to be standing in this place because they're kind of just charging the ultimate of Ramatra. They're not going to kill him, right? Like, both of his support are back there. You can see the Kiriko and the Moira are back there on the point, taking the point. He is standing behind his shield. Realistically, the only thing they're doing is charging up the Ramatra ultimate, and you can see that he's already at 93% right here. So he's going to get his ult here in just a second. So I think you are up. You are. So let's go ahead and put it on you. We're going to watch as you come back to the point here. You can see that your diva is a little bit low health based on the color of her character model, but everybody else seems to be doing fine. And Ana has got the diva healed up now. So, like, in this moment, your team is kind of, you're kind of playing this isn't being played correctly. Let's just peel off, take a quick peek over here. We have this high ground position, which is perfect for your Sojourn and your Ashe to stand on. They can utilize these rooftops to fight down the street, and then when they take damage, they just back up to the point where they can't be seen anymore, right? So the Ana should be up there, the Sojourn and the Ashe should be up there, and realistically, the only person that needs to be kind of down on the ground is D.Va, because the Sojourn and the Ashe can get their full value from up on those roofs, and the D.Va is the only one who has a shotgun-like gun that will require her to be a little bit closer. And the Ana, specifically the Ana, can get dove so easily down here, but it's much, much harder for her to get dove up top on these roofs here. And even if she does, then she could just drop down into the D.Va who could defense matrix her, right? So right now, the team needs to be playing the high ground position, and unfortunately, they're fighting in the middle of the street where they would take the most damage possible, right? Like what cover do they have right now? None. That would be none. Zero cover, right? D.Va's in the middle of the street. Sojourn's in the middle of the street. You and Ana, unfortunately, in the middle of the street. The Ashe is utilizing this stairway to kind of block off some of the people to her left. But even Ashe is putting herself in a dangerous position being so close to this Ramatra and anyone who comes out of this door. She is way too far up the street, and she has all the range to fight from on top of the roofs. So whenever your team... And this goes for when you play DPS as well, right? Whenever you are here on any map, in any game mode, whenever there's a high ground position, everybody should be trying to take that position. That is an advantage that is being squandered at this moment. But you are doing everything right aside from that. You got the blue beam going out, you got the healing beam going out, so you're doing your damage boosting like I talked about, you're doing your healing, keeping everybody up, you're supporting. And not only that, but you're not pulling out the blaster unnecessarily, which is great. And you can see that the Ashe is committing too hard to this engagement right now. She really wants the kill on this Junkrat, or maybe, on this Junkrat. So she boosted herself up into the sky to try and get the angle on him. But look at the Junkrat grenades falling down all around the point. This is most of her hit points from a single grenade, right? Like, so she needs to be extremely, extremely careful. And again, she's fighting too far forward. This is dangerous for her. But you're going to keep her up. You can see that that Ana used her grenade to give her that big burst of healing. And your D.Va is now throwing her mech over to their backline, which is like, while this isn't a bad thing, they can also just easily get out of the way, right? And that is too high for the D.Va's mech to do real damage. She fired it, and when she used her booster, she pressed the button immediately because she's in a high-stress scenario, but realistically, she needed to be boosting forward so that she could put it where Bob is, and not up, because the higher it is, the more damage fall off it has. So as she's utilizing her ultimate right now, even if it explodes right there, the only person it's going to kill is Junkrat, and that's only because it's low health. Like, it's not going to deal very much damage to Ramatra at all. Dang, and there goes Junkrat, just like I said. You can see it up here, but Ramatra is totally fine, right? Yes, that's that 2 seconds. Good job. You pulled out the blaster, and then you put it away to heal up your squad. You're doing all the support things. Very good. This is very solid. Okay, your team is still fighting on the low ground, but you have pushed them back. And no one is breaking this choke point. And this choke point is this is your corner, right? I talked about corners. I've been talking about them a lot this week. This is your corner. If anybody goes past this corner, they've gone too far. This is yours, and this is your lane to stand on, right? So you guys are holding this very well. As long as nobody goes out onto the choke, everything's cool. And yes, that's exactly what I was going to say. You can see that the Junkrat grenades are starting to fall around you, so it's time for you to lift yourself up into the sky, and you did the exact right thing. That takes you almost completely out of danger of the Junkrat. Very, very difficult for him to hit you while you are not on the ground. And unfortunately, you get caught inside of the Ramatra's anti-fly, but that's okay because you're just gonna you're gonna walk out of it and boost back to Ana. And now with the Junkrat ultimate coming out, you can expect that he will be coming for you, right? And your backline. So right now is a good opportunity for you to fly up. And ideally, you would want to fly onto one of these high ground positions, like up here or something like that, to get yourself out of the way. But if Junkrat stalls it for a long time, there's the potential that he could just come out and destroy your 2 DPS here, which would also significantly impact your ability to hold this point. Let's see what he does. I did not mean to put it into third person. So as you hear the fire in the hole, you walk around the point right there, and in doing so, you're going to keep yourself mostly safe, because the odds of him actually getting to you with that are very low. That being said, it looks like your D.Va is about to be out of mech here, so you guys are going to be down your tank, yes, and the D.Va is out of mech. You guys are down your tank at this moment. So right here, right, while this is very scary, and you can very quickly get back to them, you can see that they are starting to get low. You can very quickly get back to them by Guardian Angeling over to this point. You put yourself out in the middle of the entire enemy team as they're coming out right here. And in doing so, you kind of missed this like little safe zone right here, right? You could just walk through here, and then you can take the 1 second to walk around, or you can take like the 3 seconds to kind of walk backwards. And that would have kept you from the danger of being in this lane. Because you were kind of flying for a few seconds there. And if they had an accurate Genji or an accurate Kiriko, she maybe could have headshot you at that moment. That's just a map knowledge thing, though. So right here, this is a scary res, right? So let's take a moment to just see who is here. We have Moira. TikTok Moira is up in the sky. She's got the only beam she knows how to use. She's completely unbound her healing button. She doesn't use it at all. And also Junkrat is right here, right in front of you. So you, during this res animation, are kind of a sitting duck. It only takes 1 Junkrat grenade and then a mine detonation to blow you up. So right now, if you live through this res, it's gonna, you're gonna be very lucky. 38 hit points. 38 hit points for you right now, and you almost did not make it, right? And it happens that quickly. And you didn't even get to do the res, right? Like, that's how fast it can happen. And the Moira can actually beam you from this far away. Like, she is already damaging you even from here, right? Like, she's still on you because her range is ridiculous. I actually think she's on the Ana, because Ana is body blocking you. But still, she threw the skill orb in your direction, and the skill orb could be the thing that finishes you off. Just a very dangerous res for that moment. Thankfully, Ana is with you. She's getting you're healing her, she's healing you. So you're all good. You're gonna pop your ultimate and kind of get yourself out of the way of those Junkrat grenades. That's good. Everything's looking good here. TikTok Moira goes down. You see that she goes down, so you put the blaster away. You're keeping your flight high. Good stuff, good stuff. And then your team is going to reassess the situation at the payload and try and keep them off. With their Moira down, they're down a significant amount of damage and healing. Or I guess in the case of TikTok Moira, damage or healing, right? So you're healing everybody. That's good. That's good. Getting the Ana. Damage boosting the Ashe. Yes. Okay, right here. This is the moment where everyone on your team needs to go, fuck this shit, I'm out, right? Like, the Kiriko pops the Kitsune Rush, and just, even if Ramatra didn't pop ultimate, as soon as this happens, it's time to go. Like, we just don't fight into a Kitsune Rush, right? Like, we just don't stand toe-to-toe with the Kitsune Rush, because everybody has so much additional damage output, and, like, it's so easy to just walk around the corner and completely deny the value of that ultimate, which I guess would be this corner for this fight, right? Because this is the corner you're currently fighting at. Were you to back around to the next corner, that's right here. And even if Ramatra didn't pop ult, it would be time to go, because we just don't fight into a Kitsune rush. It's the same thing as if you saw a Baptiste pop window right there. You just don't fight into that. You just back up, and you completely deny the value of everything that she spent all that time building up. And yes, they will push the payload a little bit, but you will keep everyone on your team alive by telling everybody, hey, it's time to leave, right? And now that Ramatra is ulting, it is absolutely time to leave, right? So D.Va needs to turn around and fly up to the high ground position. You can see Junkrat is up here, about to rain hell on your team. So now, in addition to the Ramatra popping ult, you also have this extreme danger above you with a full line of sight on everybody kind of together right here. And with you three all grouped up like that, if he throws a mine down onto you, he's going to very realistically damage all three of you. So you see D.Va does fly away, but she doesn't think, hey, let me break line of sight with Ramatra by utilizing the high ground. And in the high ground position, she can stand on the side here, and she can actually point her defense matrix down and still absorb the projectiles that would be coming from your enemies right here. And even in doing so, she would have flown up. She would have seen that the Junkrat is here. She could have booped him off with her body, right? And forced him to commit a mine to coming back up to engage with her. But she's on the low ground position, so that's not great. Also, the Genji is popping ultimate, so this is now 3 ults that they've committed to this push around this corner, and that's one too many, as we talked about before. 2 ults maximum at a time to take a fight, and if you don't win the fight, then you didn't win the fight, right? Like, we don't just keep committing ultimate after ultimate after ultimate, right? So your team is using Nano Boost right here. And the Ana goes down. You are stuck inside of the Ramatra ultimate, surrounded by Junkrat mines blowing up next to you, and the Genji with his Dragon Blade out. This is probably the point where you die, right? Yeah, I had a feeling. Okay, so you did your best to keep D.Va alive. The Ana went down. This is the end of your guys' push. You can see your Ashe is over there, and she is like half health. Everyone on your team goes down at this moment, I think. D.Va maybe could fly out of there. If she flies up to this high ground position, she could potentially save herself. But that being said, it's time to go, right? Like, this push is over. They won. It is what it is. And that's exactly what she does. She flies up to the high ground. Good. You can see your Sojourn. Okay, so your Ashe took the long route, right? And this is the wrong thing to do for Ashe. She knows she wants to stay alive, but she knows that the point is lost, right? So she's taking the extreme long way around, and in doing so, is wasting a whole shitload of time for your team, who could be getting together for another team fight right now. She's gonna come out, she's gonna start dealing damage over here, and then inevitably, because no one is with her, she's going to die anyway. And again, she just wasted a bunch of time for your team. In this moment, when the push was over, she could have came forward, committed her life. You know, your score doesn't matter, your kill to death ratio doesn't matter if you win the game, right? So, like, it really doesn't matter that she gets one more kill potentially before she gets taken down. You can see your D.Va with her dive on cooldown is getting aggressed on by TikTok Moira. D.Va does not have enough hit points realistically to stay here for very long, so she needs to get the hell out of here as quick as she can. But she's hanging out, right? She's hanging out too long. She had all that time to walk across this bridge and start getting out of there. And now she's getting pushed on by Junkrat. She's getting very low. The Ramatra is using his staff to damage her as she retreats. I would not be surprised to see this D.Va get demeched. And again, we're going to watch as Ashe does nothing as she finally makes it to her doorway here, right? So let's go ahead. We'll watch D.Va. D.Va does break the line of sight with them, so that's good. Let's go ahead and get it back on you, because I think you are back. And you are. And that was a great stall out for your Guardian Angel there. You flew up, and then you stalled backwards out of their line of sight, breaking their ability to actually damage you. Awesome. And you can see the Ana is up there with the D.Va. And D.Va fucked up, right? So D.Va fucked up. She was perfectly fine standing where she was. She's not going to stop them. The cart has 1.46 meters. It's like the smallest amount. It's like a shoe's length away from being like at the checkpoint. So D.Va says, you know what, I'm half health, there's 5 people here, let me dive out and try and stall. And when she gets demeched, I hope you don't save her, because she deserves everything that's about to happen to her. You're a better person than I am. So she's gonna try it. She's gonna try and hold them off. But again, she's got Junkrat right next to her. You can see she's got Ramatra is right next to Junkrat. The Moira is using her damage beam on her. Your healing is not going to be enough to save her in this moment. She is going to get demeched, I think. And there it is. Thankfully, the Ramatra got put to sleep, but before she even had a chance to land from her mech, you can see she is already dead here. The Junkrat threw a mine, and the mine exploded at the exact right moment as she came out of the mech to destroy her, and that is the end of that. Yeah, I think this is too dangerous to commit to a res here. Although I appreciate what you were trying to do. This res here is death for you. Even if you did it from around this corner and you tried to do it from, like, you tried to cheekily do it from, like, right here. Like, there's just too many people here. The Ramatra, the Junkrat, the Moira, that's just too much damage. So, yes, you do get D.Va up, but she's probably just going to get demeched again anyway. We're going to watch it from over here. Your Ashe made it back to you somehow. I have no idea how that happened. I guess they just completely ignored her. Sorry to see you go down at that moment. The D.Va tried to utilize her mech call-in to actually get a kill, but unfortunately no one was taking the bait. You can see your Ashe has finally gone down. You know, she shouldn't have been out there that whole time anyway. She never did get a kill out of that, did she? So, you know, it's sad news to see your Ana down here as well. The team could aggress on her very quickly and potentially kill her. There's no real reason for them not to, right? You see D.Va is out there stopping the payload, but like there's no reason for them to really fight D.Va right now when they could horrendously stagger your team by killing your Sojourn and your Ana. And you can see Moira knows what's up. Moira knows it's time to go in and continue on with this push. Ramatra can't realistically get to you in that moment. Get to them in that moment because he has no way to get to the high ground position. But he could be chasing Ana down right now. And I'm just going to back it up, backing it way up. You can see Moira's absolutely absurd range on her beam. That is too far. Blizzard, if you're watching this, Moira's range is too fucking far, dude. It's far too far. Like, it shouldn't go that far. It should be cut off. It should be a closer range damage beam. That's too much, man. Moira is such a strong character right now. You see that she's going in for the Ana. I think you are going to come back in time, potentially, to save Ana. But the skill orb is coming out. The damage beam is about to be on her, and Ana's only real defense in this moment is the anti-heal for Moira, which will stop her from failing. You see, the Ana tried to sleep dart Moira, but Moira just knows what's up. She faded away and is reforming behind her and is going to continue assaulting her. This is the end of Ana. Right, and there's that anti-heal. She should have used this first, right? But even if she did, it wouldn't really have mattered. If she had used the anti-heal first, then the Moira would have faded away from that, and then she could have, that is her baiting out the fade, right? So if she had used the anti-heal first, she would have baited out the fade and then could have used the sleep dart to have gotten away. The thing about Moira is that if you're fighting her, you need to expect that her fade is off cooldown. It only has a 6-second cooldown, and then she can get out or follow you wherever you want to go, right? So realistically, if she'd have done that, she maybe could have lived through this, but it's just sad days, man. And I hope you don't get baited in to trying to save Ana right now. Your res is on cooldown still, so at least there's that, right? D.Va was able to get away, so we're grouping back up for the team fight. I am very impressed with how quickly you were able to implement the things I talked about in the last review. Like, even right now, we're literally seeing it on screen right now. You are damage boosting the Ashe, like I talked about in the King's Row gameplay. From complete safety, I might add, right? Like, complete safety, damage boosting the person who is most able to get the kills. It makes me feel good, man. Alright, so Ashe is not taking the high ground position. The Ashe, like, so it seems like the Sojourn kind of knows, right? She's been taking the high ground a lot, and they knew it. She knew it at the beginning of the game, so I'm not really sure how we made it to this point. But the Ashe should be going up these stairs. You walk over here. You've got this neat little bridge where you could shoot down on them, right? Like, it's pretty simple. It's not rocket science, dude. Just get to the higher positions. But we're fighting on the ground again. That's all right. You now have a Life Weaver instead of an Ana, which is arguably a better choice. Probably more healing from the Life Weaver. That being said, a less impactful neutral game from the Life Weaver as well. Like, the Petal is not as good as the anti-heal, and it's definitely not as good as the Sleep. I maybe would have stayed Ana, but at this moment, it is what it is. At least he has Life Grip, right? Potentially, he could save you from this Junkrat tire that's about to come your way. You can hear it happening. You're trying to find that Guardian Angel up to the Petal right now. I know exactly what you're doing. You're trying to get the hitbox of Life Weaver in your view so that you can Guardian Angel up to him and be in the sky when that tire comes around. But he's not letting you see it. And you can hear it. You can hear the impending doom get closer, but it takes out Ashe, who was way out of position anyway, so, you know, it is what it is. Where is Ashe? Where even was her body, dude? There she is. There she is. Okay, so she wasn't that far out of position, but he just took the easy way out, got a single kill. You can see her soul is leaving her body right now. Oh, this is scary, right? This is a sketchy situation. In this moment, you had the potential to GA over to the D.Va, but you walked in front of the payload, which put you in line of sight of 4 people who are all kind of ready to attack you. Ideally, you will live through this. I see your Valk is off cooldown right now. It looks like your Guardian Angel might have been on cooldown. Or maybe you did Guardian Angel and it kind of didn't work. I'm not 100% sure. But with your Valkyrie with your Valkyrie up, I would say it's definitely time to pop your ult and go in hard. Oh, so you got life gripped. That's why. Okay, so you're good. And you do pop your ult. You're doing all the right things here. Trying to get this Ashe. And... oh man, I went back 20 seconds. I'm just gonna move it forward a few seconds there. You get life gripped over. Okay, so you pop your ult. You see the Ashe, right? And you know in this moment that you need to get inside of the building and break line of sight with these people. You don't see the Genji, and that's okay because I didn't see the Genji at first either. Right? And he is there, but you are going to survive through the res animation right here. And while you are in close quarters with Genji, which puts you in a very vulnerable spot, you can easily get out of there and potentially Guardian Angel over to another target. Oh, with that Ramatra going in there, it's pretty sketchy, right? But because you're in Valk right now, you can just fly out of there. You're totally fine, and you're going to keep that healing, the healing beam on your team, and it's going to keep them alive. I'm going to play it from right here and watch where you land. Perfect. That is absolutely where you wanted to go. Yes. Yes. Right, exactly. You did the exact thing. So you pulled out the blaster, you gave it a go, and when you realized that it wasn't going to happen, instead of overcommitting to the blaster, you pulled the staff back out. That's exactly what you want to see. It was a valiant effort, right? This D.Va is going hard on this Moira. Unfortunately, I don't think this Moira is going to die. If she does, it'll be a miracle, because again, her fade comes off cooldown in only 6 seconds. So it's more likely that Moira will just put damage in on D.Va and then fade out of there, and that'll be it. Like a fart in the wind, just disappear. And she's gone, right? She's already gone, dude. She did exactly what I said she was gonna do. D.Va's got the defense matrix up, accepting the grenades from the Junkrat and allowing Ashe to better do her job. D.Va right now has overcommitted to this angle. She didn't need to boost forward, and in doing so, she got herself caught in the Junkrat trap, potentially while her defense matrix is low. So yes, she's absorbing this right now, but how long is that going to last? And you can heal her around the corner, so hopefully you don't extend too far out there. But you could see, like in this moment, you could be damage boosting Ashe. If the D.Va had just kind of stayed where she was, she wouldn't need as much healing from you. And because you're the only support alive right now, she is monopolizing your ability to support the team by giving herself like no cover and taking the brunt of all of the damage from the enemy. Not great play on the D.Va's part. And unfortunately, Ashe goes down right there. But again, like Ashe's gun, like I don't like this happens so often, but a lot of people don't seem to know this. Ashe, your gun works from range. You don't actually have to walk up to the target to fire the gun at it. It's crazy, man. You don't have to be all the way over here. It works from here. It's like she walked right into the Junkrat grenades. You couldn't have done anything about that. That's stupidity on her part, right? You're keeping the D.Va alive. You're going for this res. That is the smart time to go for the res when you know that there's only like one person around this corner. You could realistically live through the res animation. You are hugging the wall hard to make sure that your line of sight is broken. Everything is done correctly here. You have the Diva's getting healed up again. The Ashe is up. You can see Ramatra has broken around to the side and is keeping the Ashe inside of his anti-fly zone. And you boost yourself up into the sky, away from the danger of the Junkrat grenades. This is good, and you can see your D.Va is peeling for you, jumping into the Junkrat's face so that she can potentially kill him, and you are staying alive very well right now. Your Life Weaver is back, so that is also good. TikTok Moira is just relentless, bro. Like, she is just back here every second in your backline, just trying her best to murder anyone that is low health. Like, that is like a 250 HP target. She takes Ashe down again, and this poor Ashe has racked up, like, I don't know, 4 deaths in the last 2 minutes. That's right, yeah, there you go. You tried to peel for your team. Unfortunately, Moira is going after Sojourn now, and with Sojourn being low health and the skill orb being out, there's no, and you can see because her face is not lit up blue, she does not have the railgun charged. She's not going to be able to kill this Moira, so Sojourn is going to go down too. That sucks. You're doing your best here, right? Jesus. Thankfully, you got life gripped at this moment, so you are completely safe. You still have your beam on the D.Va, which is going to save you and her. You can see she's at like 40% health right now. There's a lot of damage going out to her. She's going to live for a few seconds longer, but realistically, if some people on their team don't start dying, and they might, right? They might because the Kiriko is down, so now they have no healing. Even though Moira is alive, now they have no healing on their team. So it's possible that you guys could stall and potentially keep them at bay for a few more seconds, but I think this D.Va is going to be demeched here in a couple of seconds, and they're going to push it to the end. So the D.Va uses ult right now, which is an interesting move on her part, because yes, she was low health, but she could have put it right on the payload, right? And while launching it into the air is a good call, again, we talked about the damage fall off of this ultimate becomes extreme the farther away it is from targets. So if she'd have just put it on the payload, everybody would have had to have left. And you can see Genji's running behind the wall, but Ramatra's just gonna block. He's gonna look up and block, and he's gonna take next to no damage from this. And let's just look at his health pool real quick, and play this out, and just see how little damage he takes while blocking in tank form from a D.Va ult that is this high up. Right, ready, set, bang. Look at that. It didn't even get him out of armor health. Like, that's just not the way, right? And yeah, it did fall, and so there's that, right? But at least D.Va's gonna have a full mech now. This is the moment she needed to save it for, right? This is what I was gonna say. She should have put it on the payload, and in doing so, when you use it during a Ramatra ultimate, you force him to either take the death or waste his ult. So right now, there's nothing you can do. You have to contest, you have to stay in the Ramatra ult, which is damaging you over time, and it's damaging everybody who's standing in it. If you leave it, then you leave the payload, which means they win the round anyway. So you're in this damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario again. And your Sojourn decides to dive in there, which is good because she wasn't in it before, which means that she has enough hit points to survive, especially with the pulse of the tree. But Ramatra is kind of staying on you, right? So he's kind of chilling out on you, and it looks like his ult might be ending actually. Oh wow, his ult went away. I swear to God, I thought you guys were in it. It should last a lot longer than that, I feel like. Anyway, so that's good. You got the Tree of Life on the payload. You guys are going to be able to sustain for a lot longer here. There's a good chance you hold them back now. You don't need to pop Valk at this moment. You can just save that for a few seconds from now when everybody comes back in for another team fight. You got Moira is doing her thing. She's got the Kamehameha trying to kill this Ashe, but you can see that the range is just shy of where Ashe is. You can see it end right here. This is where Ashe is, so it's not quite going to get to her unless she moves forward, which she might. She's got kind of complete safety right there. We're watching, and it looks like she is fading over. Yeah, she faded over to get a better angle onto Ashe. Ashe can realistically just back up and completely negate all of the potential of that Moira ult. And that's exactly what she does. So now Moira is going to reposition the ult onto you, but there isn't enough time left on it for it to realistically do anything to you. Maybe it damages you for like 40 hit points, and then she's going to be out of her ult. Right, and it's gone. And you went down 50 hit points, 60 roughly hit points. You're also getting damaged by something else, it looks like. But you are good to go. Shit. I'm gonna back it up a few seconds because I didn't mean to press play there. Bang, so she uses it, and now she's out. You got the beam on the Sojourn. And right, this is the exact moment, right? You absolutely want to press it right now. The Moira is in deep. She's going for the kill on your Ashe. The Ramatra is here, and while he is half health, he's got a lot of ability to sustain at this moment. He could just go tank form and block until Kiriko gets back and can realistically throw the heals his way. You can see she's tossing the Ofuda from way downtown, hoping to get that kill. The Junkrat is here. It's time to pop that ultimate and hold them off for as long as you can. At this moment, I might have even aggressed on Moira a little bit and just put the damage on her, because potentially between you and Ashe, maybe you could have deterred her. You probably wouldn't have killed her, but maybe you could have deterred her from dealing the damage to your DPS here. Unfortunately, since Ashe backed up, there's no way that she can be saved right now, unless you like go all the way in there. But like, she backed up into the hallway with Moira alone, so you know she's gonna get the beam, unfortunately. And you're trying to put that damage in on the blocking Ramatra. He just takes so little damage while he's blocking, and there's not much you can do about that. You see that the Ashe on your team is still alive. Moira decided, hey, you know what? This Mercy seems like a good target. So she turned her attention towards you, and you just kind of get out of the way there. That's good. You're utilizing Valkyrie extremely well to keep yourself up and out of the way. And now it's silly time here on the point, and every single person is going to pop their ultimate all at the same time. You got the Genji using his Dragon Blade. You have the Junkrat using Tire, and Bob is coming out as well. So, you know, if Bob gets a good position, potentially Bob could be the thing that holds off this point for a while. And with Bob being right here, that actually puts them in a really shitty place, except for Ramatra, who could just hide behind the payload. Like, this Genji is likely going to die because of Bob. And, like, not necessarily the fact that there are 3 people looking at him, but Bob is, like, the craziest teammate of all time. He's the second best teammate in the game next to the Moira Orb. And exactly what I said would happen. Bob killed Genji. Unfortunately, you got killed by the Tire. You can see that their Ramatra has killed your Sojourn at this moment. And it is now up to D.Va and Lifeweaver to pull it out. You can see Lifeweaver is grabbing he's life gripping the Ashe over to him to keep her alive. But the D.Va needs to dive the Ramatra at this moment. Otherwise, it's good game. So she's just kind of letting him live. But D.Va's damage is, like I said, D.Va has a shotgun, right? So D.Va's damage is far, far more effective up close because her spread is gigantic. Moira's still DPSing. Imagine if they buff Moira's ult range. Bro, if they buff Moira's ult range, like, it'll be over for everyone. Like, that character is so strong at this moment. Like, her kit is ridiculous. So if they buff her range on her ult, like, you know, she's gonna... You, like, remember in Dragon Ball Z when Goku uses Kamehameha on somebody that's in the sky? Like, that's exactly what it's gonna look like. She's just gonna look up and fucking blast an echo right out of the sky, dude. It's gonna be nuts. That Ashe was a liability. I used so many reses on her. She is putting herself into crazy, crazy positions. She does not have good positioning most of the time. Although we did see her on the high ground a minute ago, you know, she's not in a good spot most of the time, so that's not good. You can see... For whatever reason, she thought, yo, I'm going over here, bro. She used Coach Gun, launched herself this way. How does that make sense? Well, it doesn't. So if you're confused, so am I. But here comes D.Va. She's about to dive in on the Ramatra. Bang. And you can see And you can see that they really, really want the kill on the Ramatra. The Ashe has now overcommitted to this engagement. Like, what are you doing back here? I don't think she realizes that this barrier is their barrier, dude. Like, she put herself inside of the arcade machines behind the barrier that she can't shoot through, bro. What is this? What is happening? It's falling apart before my very eyes. Thank God you're about to be back. Looks like you are back, actually. Where are you? Okay, so right here, it says that you are low health, but as I click onto you, you very clearly have full health. So I'm not really sure why it says you're low health right here. I'm gonna go back to the point until you get back to this spot. Again, what is the Ashe doing? She can't shoot anything from right there. That was so embarrassing. Oh my God. Lifeweaver's doing the right thing. He started taking the damage, and he did the Lifeweaver equivalent of what you've been doing. He put himself up into the sky, where it's very difficult for Junkrat to hit him. Moira Orb went from 50 damage per second to 60, and increased primary fire range by 1, so 21 meters from 20. That is 63 feet, for those of us in the States. That is ridiculous, dude. Come on, man. That's like from here to my car. Like, what is happening? How do we get to a point in the meta where that was thought, where the devs were like, you know what Moira needs? More fucking range. I don't understand. How do we get here? Okay, so I think you're back now. And you are. You're going for the res. This is a scary, scary place to be for this res. Look, you have no cover. 1, 2, 3, and Ramatra. While Ramatra is kind of tied up at this moment, potentially these two characters don't see you. 2 kunai from the Kiriko, and you can see she is throwing those kunai right now. She's got them in her hand. She's ready for it. Not necessarily ready for you, but she's got the kunais out. 2 kunai in the head from Kiriko, and a tickle will take you down. So this is a scary res, but you're going for it. Let's see what happens. They didn't, not for a second did they see you. They were like, what? Mercy? Never heard of her. Who the fuck is that? So you get this res, you're good to go. Your diva calls in the mech. Unfortunately, she didn't use it to kill the Junkrat. You know, maybe she could have put in some damage there, or used it to kill, like, the Ramatra. You know, the diva mech coming in actually deals a very significant amount of damage, so, but she needed it as fast as she could, so she saved herself. You're trying to save the Lifeweaver at this moment, but the Moira is going crazy right beneath you. You can see her damage is on you right now. It might have been the orb flying by, but she was just damaging you. Yeah, here she is. Here she is. She's got that beam out, baby. She ain't never seen a yellow beam in her life. Alright, so you're being elusive right now. Ashe dies again because she never, not one time, did she think, you know what? If I come here and I coach gun the floor, I'll launch myself back up onto my high ground position, and I'll be able to stay away from the Ramatra who can punch me to death. It never crossed her mind, so. You got life gripped there, and unfortunately he life gripped you into a bomb from Junkrat and directly next to the Moira, so I think you might die at this moment, unless Lifeweaver can somehow pull it out. That would be crazy. But he kind of fucked you in this moment because he pulled you directly into a bunch of damage. Let me just see. This is 8 minutes and 35 seconds. Let me just back it up 6 seconds. And I just want to see how much health you had before you got pulled. You had 79 hit points when he life grips you. 81 hit points. You went up to 90 something right there. And then, boom. And he hits you so hard. Thankfully, Lifeweaver was already on you, so good. Thank God you didn't die from that. But you are still getting attacked, and then Genji comes over. Genji comes over and right-clicks you one time. Where is Genji? I heard his ass. Where'd he go? I don't see him at all. There he is. So he right-clicked you one time. Literally, just one hit, and you were done. Thanks a lot, Lifeweaver. Wait, how do I... Here we go. Here we go. Thanks a lot, man. All right? You really helped. You really helped. Ridiculous. That was, you know, he was trying to save you, though. His heart was in the right place, right? So we're going to watch it from the top-down perspective from right here. We're going to watch this thing play out. your Ramatra, the Ramatra on the enemy team is very low, but you can see the Kiriko is throwing the Ofuda onto him. With this barrier up, the Ashe and the Diva and the Sojourn can't actually shoot through this. They're not going to break it. They just don't have enough damage to break it. So they are going to have to wait for it to go in this moment. It has 3.3 meters until it is in there. So very likely that they push it through in this push right here. And Diva is getting killed by the skill orb combined with Moira's primary fire. The Lifeweaver lifts himself up into the sky. The Sojourn is doing her best to try and put damage through the barrier, but it's just not enough damage. And then finally the barrier comes down, but the Sojourn in that moment is trying to get the angle on the Ramatra and is about to land directly inside of the Kitsune Rush. This is the end of her. It's been nice knowing you, fam. And there she goes. She's gone. The Mercy, not the Mercy, the Diva is gone. It's only Lifeweaver left on the point, and he's going to try and stall for as long as he can. He uses his movement ability to try and heal himself, even though he was full health. And he's gone. And now the Ashe is back. She's like, yo, I got to throw a dynamite. I bet you she stands on the high ground right now, though. I bet you right now, this is the only time when she stays on the high ground. Look, oh, she did. She jumped down. Good for her. It wasn't fast enough, but she did jump down. That was a pretty good round, though. Like, all of my bitching and complaining aside, you actually did really good that round. These speakers are going crazy, bro. What the hell's happening with these speakers? What is this? And you're about to exit into the point where you know the enemy team is going to be standing on the high ground. So your tank thought, forget the tank that can fly up to the high ground position. I'm going to pick Zarya, who has to slow walk around the point and use the stairs. Your tank is a genius. All right, so we're starting the round here, and kind of Zen is not a bad choice for this point, but Zen can also very easily be dove. You can see that they don't have a Genji anymore, but he could very easily be killed before he ever makes it anywhere. Got the orb floated by. You guys are all right from that. Zarya is going crazy right now. She doesn't care about any of these people. She's going around. She's gonna stand in front of the Widowmaker and then back up, because that literally accomplished nothing. I'm sorry, that was really stupid to look at. Come on, dude. Like, are you doing something or aren't you? This is a very safe res to have taken. Good job. Fuck. Right, this is not good. Your poor legs. Oh no. I don't think that the Junkrat will be able to kill you from here. That being said, this is very scary for you. I hope you live through the trapped animation. You did, thank God. Oh man, that would have sucked. At least you have respawn advantage, even if you did die. Unfortunately, right now, your flight is taking you directly face to face with Ramatra. Like you Guardian Angeled forward, and the flight was like, "Hey Ramatra, what's up, man?" Like, it was that close. Like, you got that close to him. Okay, so you dropped back down hard from his anti-fly zone that he threw out. I forget the name of that thing. Nanite Swarm or some shit like that. Something like that. Woof. This is... Yeah, I know you're trying to keep the Zarya alive at this moment, but Ramatra's down here punching you. The Widowmaker has a direct line of sight on you. Moira is right here. In the place where you're gonna GA through is the trap that you got caught in a few seconds ago, and Junkrat is looking down the lane at you. Your tank's terrible positioning is putting you into a death zone. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you didn't make it through that. If you didn't die to the Ramatra punching you in the back of the head, you would have died to the Junkrat trap and the mine that was right next to you. This was too much damage. Her terrible positioning did this to you. She could have been Diva and just flew up there, right? Like, boom. Hey, what's up? Like, that it could have been that fast. But unfortunately, the Zarya pick put you in a really bad spot. That being said, Zarya is actually a perfect tank to play against a Junkrat. So, like, if that was her mindset, then that was actually a really good idea, just not necessarily for this map. And with the Zenyatta being the only person who can support now, the healing orb is not going to be enough to save this Zarya. Unfortunately, it looks like she's probably going to go down here. But she used her bubble at the exact moment she needed to. Your Sojourn knows what's up and put the disruptor shot in the place where it needed to go, which forces them to back up away from the choke and potentially saves your Zarya's life. Zarya is right next to a health pack, but she'll be damned if she's some kind of pussy that picks up a health pack. This is ridiculous. Just pick up the health pack, dude. Killing me. Oh my god, chat, she did it. Unfortunately, now Zenyatta is dead, so the healing orb is now off of her. But I bet you she still walks into the choke, though. Okay, she saw it. She saw it. She started to, and then she saw what was happening. She's got no hit points right now. Your Sojourn is doing everything she can to try and get a kill, but unfortunately, she just can't do it from this distance. We're going to put it back on you, because you are up, and I know you see this Zarya is critical, and you're slapping yourself on the forehead right now going, what the hell is she doing, dude? What is she doing? Alright, so you got her. You do the stall backwards. Yes. She's walking all the way into the spawn. She sees that it's time to swap back over to D.Va. Right? Thank you. Okay, so you see that the Sojourn is low, and you want to go get to her, right? But in this moment, you heard her say, there's a sniper, careful. So if you GA through here, and you get sniped, that's gonna really suck. Thankfully, you didn't. That's scary, though. There she goes! Look, D.Va's on the high ground! No way, dude! You love to see it. Right now, as you float, you are an extremely easy target for Widowmaker to kill. So, it would be a good idea for you to either float to this, and then utilize this wall here, and you can just heal everybody from the complete safety of this wall, or you float up, you do the jump, like the super jump, and then you just let go of the glide button, and you just fall straight down. Because, like, it's harder for the Widowmaker to hit you from the ground as you're, like, falling down than it is for her to hit you as you're gliding down. You're just a slower, easier target to zone in on. You have a Moira now, which is exactly what you needed all along. And you can see your D.Va has fully overcommitted to the fight at this moment, right? Like, she is all the way deep. I guess the D in D.Va stands for deep dive, because she is way in there, bro. But, that being said, the Widowmaker can't realistically survive a D.Va this close, unless she just drops down into her team. So, if she catches the Widowmaker by surprise, potentially D.Va could kill her right now, using her rockets. So you got the heal on the Moira. You can see Moira is caught in the Junkrat trap. So it feels bad for Moira, right? Thankfully, no one has capitalized on her being stuck there yet. And the Widowmaker did just fall down into her team. So with the Widowmaker's ult up, the enemy team knows that the Moira is going on the flank right now. And they immediately come in to stop her. This is good. You're using your corners very well. Yes, yes. Keeping everyone up. This is very good. This is extremely good. The Sojourn, if she gets damage boosted while she shoots the disruptor shot will maintain the damage boost for the entire time that it's active. So, if you can kind of count out when you think the Sojourn will use that, and you just slide over and give that disruptor shot the boost, potentially you could deal a lot more damage and help your team out, getting a lot of value out of your blue beam for only using it for like a couple of seconds. Okay? Keeping everybody up right now. Someone needs to get a kill, right? Like, Ashe needs to get a kill, Sojourn needs to get a kill, D.Va needs to not dive in, because then they will get a kill on D.Va. Or at least it did when Sojourn came out. So you pop your ult right here. Unfortunately, your Ashe is dead, but your D.Va did get a kill on their only support character. So now they only have their 3 DPS alive and Ramatra. That's not what I wanted to do. So you pop your Valk, you're gonna go ahead and grab the res on You're going to go ahead and grab the res on the Ashe, and the D.Va is able to get the kill on the Junkrat right here. So that's good for your team. Extremely good for your team, but the Widowmaker is still alive, right? So the Widowmaker knows exactly where you are, and when you're flying, like I said, Widow has a much easier time getting you. But that fly from Valkyrie is a lot more able to evasively maneuver than the gliding of the Guardian Angel. So right now, because you have full capability of flight, I would fly into this window and try and support from here so that you break line of sight with the Widowmaker and force her to utilize this very exposed piece of high ground, right? Uh-oh. So the Ramatra is ulting right now. You still have 4 seconds left on Guardian Angel, or on Valkyrie, so you have plenty of time to get over to this high ground position. And if you are right here, and the Ramatra comes forward, if he goes underneath the overpass right here, the Ramatra ultimate actually won't hit you as long as you're standing on top of something that breaks line of sight from him. So you have plenty of time. It makes me happy. Okay, so you get out of the way there. You break in line of sight. Your Moira goes down. That is unfortunate. The enemy team is committing a lot of ultimates to this moment. You should not use your res yet. You should get Ashe up and then wait until the Ramatra ult runs out, because you can see him going into this building, and when he goes into this building, he'll break line of sight from everybody who is near him, except for potentially D.Va. So his ult is going to run out a lot faster. I would say heal up the Ashe and then get the res when it's safe. Never mind. Never mind. You can res the Moira now. That Ashe is just gonna have to watch herself die again in the respawn screen. Oh, you have 15 seconds left on your res, so they're just gonna have to wait it out. And right now you're thinking, I could pull out my gun and shoot this Widowmaker right in her jaw, bro. Like, I could headshot her to death and force her off of this high ground. I hope you do, because I think that'd be, like, really funny. It would be really dangerous, right? Oh my god, dude. Like, the flip-flop in your line of sight is such a scary moment. Oh, man. The damage is coming in on you so hard. You got the Kiriko is flanking you. You got the Junkrat is in front of you. I'm pretty sure you go down at this moment. The Kiriko's primary fire is half of your hit points in a single shot, and she has nobody to peel. So you have nobody to peel for you from her. So I'm pretty sure this is it. Yeah, that's unfortunate. And it looks like D.Va is going to try and fight this Junkrat here. And while she could probably kill the Junkrat, what's more likely going to happen is she will advance, and then in her strafe will back up into this Junkrat trap, and then get demeched by the Widowmaker. And there it is, dude! There it is! I'm so good at this! It's like I've played this game before, man. Alright, so your Moira's back. D.Va has no mech, but your Moira is going in on the enemy Kiriko. It's pretty realistic that the Moira could maybe win this duel, assuming that she is better at strafing. But that being said, the Junkrat and the Widowmaker here are going to make it extremely difficult for her to just be able to beam her in that amount of time. You can see Widow is already looking at her. She's ready. She knows that now that D.Va's out of mech, she's no longer a threat. It's time to kill this Moira now. So we're going to back it up from here, and we're just going to watch what happens from the top-down perspective. Bang, the Widowmaker's trying. Your Ashe is back, but their tank is also back. You can see that their Kiriko is down, so now they only have their DPS characters and Ramatra alive again. Your D.Va, unfortunately, just died. But you are back. At least you are back in the spawn. It doesn't look like you're going to be able to get there in time, unfortunately. I'm going to pop it to here. We're going to watch as Sojourn kind of enters the fray. I think your team is going to keep staggering through at this moment, although realistically, they should back up. Like, I know they've taken the point right now, but they've taken the point with 1 DPS and 1 support alive, and that is not enough to stop them. Your Ashe is in a weird place. Your Moira needs to get the hell out of there. She has no hit points. I think Moira goes down, and she does. Your Ashe figured it out. She backed up. It's time to regroup for another team fight, right? No, it's not. No, you guys don't go back in. You don't go back in and get killed by the Widowmaker. Ashe, you don't go back in and get killed by the spam of the Ramatra. Come on, dude. You made the right call for 1 second, and then you thought, you know what? Nah, fam, I'm going for it. And for whatever reason, you thought, over here by this garage, this is definitely the place I'll win the fight. It's painful. It's painful to look at. Right now, as you see these people pop up in the kill feed, I think you just turn around and walk back to the spawn. Yep, that's exactly what I would have done. At this moment, when you see those people come up in the kill feed and you're walking back from the spawn, that's like, well, guess they died. Should have waited for their team. They should have waited for the team. It would have been so easy. And the Sojourn just came back from the respawn screen, too. They had all the opportunity to wait for the team. All right, so the D.Va's going in. She's taking the high ground position right now. You are keeping the Moira alive as she gets advanced on. This D.Va went extremely low, extremely quickly, which means that the D.Va is fighting Junkrat in a place where Junkrat can just lob mines all around her. So this is exactly what's happening to D.Va. She's going to lose her mech 5 seconds after coming back to the fight because she decided to take a fight inside of close corridors with a Junkrat. Oh, you saved her. You're such a good support. This Ashe is so low so quickly. I think she's trying to duel the Widowmaker right now. The Ashe does not have the range, really, to outduel the Widow. Although she can put in some damage. You can see Widow's at like 60% health. Ashe has damage fall off on her rifle, so she doesn't actually have the range to fight Widow from here. She could do it from here, on the high ground position. If Widow were in that window, she could realistically take the fight there. But from back here, it's just too far away. It's close, but it's too far. Okay, right now you heard it's go time. You know your Moira is up. The person to help and support is your Sojourn, who is back here doing the exact same thing that D.Va just did, taking a fight with Junkrat in close quarters. But the person to support is the Moira, or is the Sojourn, who is popping her ultimate. And if you can heal her and then damage boost her in the times when she's full health, you will get a lot out of the Railgun ultimate. That being said, she's a high skill hero, so she requires actual aim. So there's the potential that nothing happens, right? And Sojourn goes down immediately. She gets sniped. Ashe killed herself. I don't know. How did Ashe kill herself? Or maybe it just didn't pop up yet. No, she did. She killed herself, all right. Like, hang on. Just let me... Bruh. Come on, dude. D.Va's out of mech, so that's unfortunate. I think it's time to just die. At this moment, I think you just popped Valk to get out of there. That's scary. That's scary. I think, like, at this moment, you only have 32 seconds left. So, realistically, maybe staying alive is the best possible scenario. But, like, I think you're probably gonna die for it anyway, because I don't think you can fly away from this Moira before she kills you. Again, her range is crazy. Let's watch it from this perspective. She can connect on you from all the way down here. Look at that. Like, how is that normal? How is that balanced? I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that you're probably gonna die to this Moira. You are at the ceiling of the map. And she's still getting you. You know about this health pack over here, right? I'm gonna assume that you do know about this health pack. There's a mega right here, so you could land on that and save yourself. I don't know what you would be saving yourself for, because realistically then you'd have to duel the Moira, but there is a health pack down there. You're trying to line of sight her. You're doing your best to stay alive. The healing from... Oh my god, you did it. You fucking legend, dude. You're such a legend. Oh my god, I can't believe you lived through that. That was amazing. Shit, man. Oh, Bob could be good here. But that's not, right? You know, the rubber ducky is coming for our neck here. Let's see if he knows where you are. Uh-oh. Hopefully he goes towards your team. Oh god, okay. Ash can die, that's fine. Bob will stick around. Ash can die, that's totally fine. You Guardian Angel'd in that direction and I almost had a heart attack, but you lived through it and you stalled out, you went backwards, thank God. And there goes Ash, she's in the respawn screen again. Time to pull out the blaster, right? And then I pull out my gun, yes! Yes! Nah, well, it was a good try. It was a good try. Oh! Nuh-uh. I thought it was over. Nuh-uh, dude. Let's go. Yo, your diva finally did something. I take back everything I said about her. Her and Moira killed it right there. They killed it, dude. And based on the time of this video, I know that your team is about to get it. I thought it was over. I'm so excited right now. Oh my god. Hang on. This from the bottom of all of our hearts. From the bottom of my heart and everyone in chat, get fucked. Let's go, dude. That's amazing. Thank God. You guys did it. You got the point. Let's go. Your Moira doesn't know about tapping to heal. She's just holding that button down. She's like, oh my god, we did it. Her heart's pumping a mile a minute. Let's go. That's amazing. It's fantastic. And you're back, so I'm gonna put it on you. Oh my god, I can't believe you guys made it. Alright, so, in this moment you're doing everything that you can. The only thing that you could be doing better would be, since everybody's kind of cool right now, but I see you trying to get to her, is GA up to the Ashe, hit her with that damage boost, right? But I see you trying to do it, but she's just kind of line of sighting you. There it is. Yup. You're doing everything right. You love to see it. And your team is totally fine. You can see their health. Like, they're taking... Diva... I keep wanting to call her Moira. Diva is taking a little bit of damage, but your Moira is down there, so it should be Gucci.
Sniper, don't get caught.
Cool. Diva's getting low, so now's the time to put yourself into a slightly more dangerous position. But you gotta get to her somehow, right? Yep, exactly. Right now, as soon as you hear those words, you can GA over... And then hit your super jump, bang, and then you put yourself up onto this high ground position, and you heal from up here, and then when Ramatra gets close, you just back up. But you're just backing up, they're just backing up out of his ultimate. And with you getting out of the way, you're totally fine, and his ult is over. What value he got out of that, dude? Holy shit. The Moira is going around for the long flank right now. I hope she gets what she deserves. Whoa. This the team is very low. It's specifically Ashe is very low. Moira is already dead. My mouse went to my other monitor, so everything's going crazy right now. There we go. All right, so the Ashe is extremely low, right? And the Moira is not even the person who's doing it. It's Ashe trying to duel this Widowmaker. So she's trying really hard to duel this Widow, and in doing so is getting herself killed for it. The Widow has already killed your Moira, so unfortunately, you are now the main support here. Thankfully, you guys have respawn advantage. Right here, you kind of didn't need to GA through. At this moment, you could have just kind of stood in this space and just, like, you're completely safe in here, right? You're in here, you're having a sandwich, right? You're chilling out. Maybe you're having an espresso, right? And you're keeping the yellow beam onto Diva. But you're gonna get the res onto Moira. I think this is okay. I take back what I said. If you're going for the res at this moment, I think this is okay. You are pretty safe. You're pretty safe. The only person that sees you is Ramatra. He's not gonna have enough time to react to you being here. And I would be very surprised if this Junkrat ball bounces up this flight of stairs to get you. I think this is a good call. I think you're doing the right thing, actually. Totally safe. Yeah, you're totally good. The Diva kind of flew out of there. And, oh my god, she's dead again. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. That's what you get. And you didn't get the Mega. That's what you get. And the D.Va killed her with a melee, which is even funnier. I don't know if you've ever seen D.Va melee, but it's like watching someone, it's like watching someone with no hands punch someone. Like the mech arm goes, like it just, it looks really stupid. It doesn't look like it would hurt anything, right? Doesn't look like there's any force behind it at all. So you went for it. I respect it. Although in this moment you potentially could have been killed by the Widow, but you did get her pretty goddamn low. So the Kiriko, you know, she could have lost that duel to you, and she didn't hit you. I don't think she hit you at all. So like it's just actually she did hit you once in the body, but you know, you did it. I respect it. So in this moment, I might even try to pull out the blaster again and get the finish off on the Ramatra here. He is pretty low health, and kind of no one is around you at all. With the Moira alive, she could realistically keep your D.Va up, but D.Va is taking a losing fight right now. She sees the kill. She's kill hungry for the kill on the Kiriko, but in doing so, has put herself into a terrible position with this Junkrat, who is flying high above her head and able to easily rain down the orbs on top of her. The Moira is getting pinched right now because she sees Junkrat. She sees that she's going to get the kill on this Kiriko, but she also knows that Junkrat is up there. She doesn't know anything about the Ramatra coming in from the back. So let's see what happens. The Ramatra goes down to your Ashe, so that's good. Ashe is still back there putting in work. You're getting that D.Va up. So you're pushing forward. You have Valk active for this next team fight. You're good, you're good. You're good. They're gonna, if they don't contest at this moment, that's their own fault, right? Like, it has, I don't know, 10 feet to get to the end there, and they're coming. It looks like they're gonna contest. If they don't contest, they're stupid. So it turns out they're stupid. Okay, yeah, this is definitely the time to pop Valk. You got your Moira is down here extremely, extremely low. She needs to be healed up before it's too late. You have your beam is going out, and it is hitting all three of your characters here on the payload. This is great. We just got to keep Moira alive, and we're good to go. Moira can keep the D.Va alive while you keep Moira alive, right? Doing everything right here. Except I don't think you see that Moira is low until this moment. With the Junkrat tire coming out, it's time to gain maximum height. And unfortunately, your Ashe and your Sojourn go down. That being said, that's not that big of a deal, because here's your spawn, baby! Let's go! Go ahead, waste your ultimate. We're at the spawn, nerd! Gonna go for the res here. Let's just check behind you and see who has line of sight on you. So while you're here doing this, the Ramatra sees you, the Junkrat sees you, and the Widowmaker and the Kiriko are behind, so they don't actually have line of sight on you. You'll probably get away with this. A smooth Junkrat will be able to kill you during this res animation, but I don't think he's got what it takes. So in that moment, you picked up Ashe, and the Junkrat got you one time, but your self-healing is just too high, so you're going to be good to go. You still have 2 seconds left on your Valk. I think you gained some height at this moment to get yourself out of the way, because look who's looking at you. Yeah, you see it, right? You see it. She's got the perfect line of sight. She sees you, and she's going to try and take that shot. Yes, and you use your Valk movement to get yourself out of line of sight of the Widow. Right now, you are falling back down into line of sight with her, so hopefully she doesn't get you. I don't think she will. And you're using the payload as cover. This is good. So you could just kind of, you could just chill right here, and you can react to what your team is doing. And with the peacock feathers of the payload on this map, you can actually just literally just sit in front of them and use it like a giant piece of cover. You're actually not tall enough to peek over the peacock feathers, so that is a full wall for you. Damn, it sucks that he put the wall, or he put the barrier up at that moment. Let's see if the D.Va bomb gets any value. No, but D.Va herself, with the help of you and Ashe, were able to kill the Ramatra. So their point is, their push is done here. your D.Va is extremely low, your Moira is dead, and your res is on cooldown for a few more seconds. Like, it doesn't matter if the DPS dies, but Moira going down does suck. D.Va needs to continue pushing. And again, I talked about the peacock feathers. 3 on payload is typically the way to get it down there as fast as possible. It goes faster with up to 3 people on it. So with the D.Va right here, you could be on the peacock feathers, keeping yourself completely safe, just looking at your team, and then panning over to D.Va, and then you look back at your team, and you pan over to D.Va, and then you are an extra body on the payload. So that's something to keep in mind. But the D.Va needs to fly up and challenge this Widowmaker now. She's not going to, and Widow backed off, so there's that. And the D.Va sees that the Moira is here, and she's going to go for that kill again. But this Moira is not incredibly stupid, I don't think. So it would be really, as I say that, she fades off into the wrong direction, right? So she faded off into this little lounge area. Now her fade's on cooldown for 6 seconds. Where's she going to go? Right? Like, maybe she does die right here. I would even hazard to say that at this moment, because the Moira is in such a bad place, you could pull out the blaster and help D.Va just finish her off. But I see what you're doing. You're trying to keep the team alive through their push here. And the Moira was able to get away. She was very low health there for a second. You got the D.Va. D.Va's coming forward. Your Moira swapped over to an Ana again, and that reset her ultimate. And I just want to back up, because I want to see how close she was. We're at 17-15 right now. I just want to see how close Moira was to her ultimate before she swaps to Ana. About 60%. Right? Yeah, about 60%. All right, so I'm going to pause it right here. 17-15. All right, so we're good. So we have an Ana now. And you're doing your best to be out of the way here. And since everybody's kind of fighting on the low ground, you kind of have the freedom of the high ground position. You can support from here, and then ideally you could support from Overwatch here. Okay? So we are doing our thing here. The Bob going out is great. The Ashe is constantly putting herself in danger. And your Ana is not safe at all in this moment. She should not be alone, line of sighting you. The Ana has no movement ability to get out of there should something go wrong. Oh yeah, you're damage boosting Bob right now, it's over. Just keeping that Bob alive. You can see with this on the side of your screen, we know that Moira is damaging you from the left, so we're just going to pan the camera around, and we can see that she is right there. She's low health, but she is trying to get the kill on you, so hopefully your Sojourn sees it and peels for you. No, you just GA out of there. You're good. You're totally good. The Ashe goes down to the Widowmaker. Your res is off cooldown, but I would let Ashe be dead right now and just save it just in case either D.Va or Ana goes down. But you pick her up right away. There's nothing really wrong with that, aside from the fact that these two characters are like more impactful to the fight overall. You see that the Junkrat is fighting you, so you're going to GA over to the D.Va and get yourself up off the ground. No. Okay, that's totally fine. Backing up right now is totally fine, but we need to be with the payload. We're very close to pushing it to the end, right? At this moment, I think if there were 3 on payload, you guys would be able to push it to the end before they even realize that you were pushing it there. So you do get onto the payload here so that it can keep moving forward. That's good. You can see the Junkrat is getting extremely, extremely low, and he is getting shot at by your Ashe, but the Moira is back here. Your Ana is utilizing Sleep Dart right now, and it looks like the Ana is about to sleep this Moira. And ideally, if this hits, then she will save your Ashe, who will be able to finish off your Junkrat. And then, potentially she could get the kill on Moira, but I don't think that she will have enough time before Moira fades out of there. I just want to see it from here for 1 second, just to see if the Moira does go to sleep. And she does. Nice. That was super, super clutch for you guys. And the Junkrat is getting very low. And so, unfortunately, the Ana is completely monopolized by this Moira right now. What she could have done in this moment when Moira fell asleep is not damaged her and just put herself over here. And in doing so, she would have gotten out of the way of Moira and put herself in a place where more people can see when she needs a peel. Because right now, no one on your team even knows that Ana is fighting someone. Although Moira disappeared, so we'll see where she ends up. She's damaging you from behind you. Okay, so right now, I talked about this earlier, we just back off. Like, you have 45 seconds, you have enough time to back off and not fight in the Kitsune Rush. Although this tank looks like he's low, Sigma actually has, like, some of the most damage mitigation in the entire game. So even though he's this many hit points, you probably won't kill him right now. I think we just back out of the Kitsune Rush and not fight into it at all. You're gonna fly up into the sky. You see, your D.Va and your Ashe were able to kill the Sigma. Your D.Va and your Ashe were able to kill Sigma, which is awesome. Because now, there's like nothing stopping you guys from pushing this in. Yes, and you pull out the blaster to get that last finish off right there. Yes. And I would not go for this res. You don't need it. You won the round. You guys are good. And you have more time, I believe, than they do. So you did it even faster than their team did. Hell yeah. So there's 30 seconds until we get in. You have a Symmetra now. Why, though? They have 1 minute to take this point, right? You have a Symmetra. Potentially, she could set up some turrets around the point, but, you know, realistically, Symmetra is not as good of a pick as Ashe for actually dealing damage. Even on defense, Sim is not as good of a pick. And she's going all the way up to the choke. Sim, you need to be setting up those turrets, baby. Like, okay. There is a health pack right here, right? You know where there needs to be a turret? Right here. So that when they run through and try and get this health pack, they get killed before they get to the health pack, right? And the same with this one. With that health pack over here, a turret goes right up top. Bang. And then as soon as they come through, they get beamed by the turret and never get to the health pack, right? But she's not doing any of that. I guarantee what's gonna happen. This is what's gonna happen. She's gonna walk over here, and she's gonna put all the turrets, all three of them probably, right there. Right on that underpass. Let's find out. Do it. Okay, she put one on the bus. All right. And there goes one as they come through the choke. And another one on the overpass, right? Yep. All right, cool. Well, let's hope it works, right? Also, why is Sojourn all the way out here? Sojourn, what are you doing? We have already done defense on this map. Why are you here and not here? You did it right the first time. I don't understand.
3, 2, 1.
And your Kiriko's like, group up with me. But then she jumps down to the low ground. Like, what's going on here? All right, so Sojourn figured it out. She jumped up to the high ground position. Thank God. She was there, I guess, to throw the disruptor shot. You got the damage beam going out. That's good. Got the blue beam going out. You're keeping D.Va up. You're keeping D.Va up. You're utilizing your movement to get yourself out of the way, and your piece of cover, your map knowledge to get yourself out of the way. You have never been in line of sight of the enemy right now. You can see that the Sojourn is getting a little bit low here. So you put the beam on her. That's good. You can see your Sim is trying to do her thing, but she put herself in an extremely vulnerable position. And guess who's around the corner? The homie, right? So if this Sim lives through this, it'll be amazing. She just needs to get out of there, right? Okay, good. She did. You got the blue beam. You're swapping between the healing and the blue beam. Getting Sim up. You're getting D.Va up. They're taking damage from the turrets. All is good. There's 30 seconds left for them to get this point, but no one has died on their team yet. So, like, yes, the turrets are doing their job keeping things down. No one has died on their team yet, and look who's peeking. The insta-death killer, right? The insta-kill character is peeking around this corner, looking for that shot. Who's she gonna take first? Will she fight Symmetra? Because that's where that bullet just went, right? Like, Sim just took a bullet to the body, and not fully charged Widowmaker shot to the body. If she charges it up all the way, she could potentially get a headshot on any of you and kill any of you. But you get out of the way. The skill orb flies past your team and is getting the full value. You can see your team's health is starting to go down here. Diva's getting pretty low. Is the Moira already on the point, dude? The Moira is already here, and your Kiriko is trying to duel her, but no one can see that she's here, so no one is peeling for her. This is Sim's time to shine, right? Sim needs to turn around and put that big beam on her, because Sim's beam is way stronger in terms of damage output than Moira's beam, although it doesn't have as much range. But this Kiriko needs to be wildly accurate to be able to hit this Moira and actually kill her. So there's a good chance your Kiriko might die here. And you saw it, but too late, right? Like, you saw that she was there, and you were like, this bitch! But then Kiriko died, so that's unfortunate. So you go for the res on her, but you are in line of sight with the Junkrat. Junkrat? There you are. With the Junkrat, and you can hear that the Widowmaker is shooting you too. So as you floated kind of next to her, the bullet whizzed past your ear. And unfortunately, it looks like you're going to go down. There's nothing that can save you, because Kiriko won't be up in time. You have 6 hit points left, and the Moira is damaging you through the Diva somehow. That sucks, man. That sucks. At least you got the Kiriko up, right? At least there's that. Because the Moira would have just killed you. So, like, at the very least, your team has a support still. Where'd your Diva go? There she is. She's up there. She's getting killed by the Moira. And it looks like this is the push right here. They're probably going to win it at this moment. Oh, but your Symmetra figured it out now. So she's going to try and peel for Baby Diva. Baby Diva doesn't have enough health, and Sim's beam is not charged up. The Diva is going to die, and the Moira is going to fade out of there, and Sim will have accomplished nothing, unfortunately. Feels bad, man. Alright, but your Kiriko is still up. She went into the cafe. And there goes Moira, right? She's gone. Thankfully, she did get to peel for her. The Diva is out of mech, but she is still alive. So there's potential that she could maybe live through this. The Sojourn is close to a mega health pack. Hopefully, she knows that it's there and goes and gets it. I'm going to watch it from this perspective. We're going to see what happens. We hear that the railgun is coming out. We heard her use her movement ability, so we know she's backing up. The Junkrat's full health right now, aggressing onto her. Your Symmetra goes down from a headshot by their Widowmaker, and that's unfortunate, because now this Moira knows she can go and get aggressive on Kiriko, no problem. Where'd she go? Sojourn. So I'm just going to watch this again, because I missed where Sojourn went there. We're backing it up. Sojourn's backing up. Does she get the health pack? I don't think she does. Low health. Decides, nah, fam. We don't pick up health packs in this bitch. I'm out. And she goes around to try and get the kill on the Widowmaker. While the Widowmaker is a priority target, attacking her at half health means that she doesn't even... She could body shot her and kill her, right? So, the Diva needs to get a mech, like, right now. Or it's over. I'm gonna lift it up. We're gonna watch it from down here instead. And that way we can see if the Sojourn is able to kill the Widowmaker. You can see she peeled, so your team no longer has to worry. We heard Diva get a mech, but there's too many people here. The Junkrat launched himself above your Kiriko and is about to end this Kiriko's day. She may have enough reaction speed to teleport down to the Diva, but as soon as she does, Sigma's just gonna left-click her once and then kill her. This is unfortunate. Looks like they might get the point here. Bang. And, like, she was falling down. She teleports. She teleports over to Diva, and she's still alive. But the skill orb is here to claim her life. It's like the Grim Reaper, dude. There should be a Grim Reaper's face inside of the skill orb. And you are back, so I'm going to put it on you. Diva is running away. You have nowhere to go. You have nowhere to go. The Moira can just kill you. She doesn't need to worry about anything. The D.Va's not effectively peeling. Oh, that's so sad. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You, like, D.Va could have backed off here. There's a mega health pack over here. If she'd have flown this way to try and get the mega, like, you guys already lost the point, right? So she doesn't need to continue to commit to this angle. If she'd have flown this way to get the mega health pack, you could have GA'd over to her and then put yourself up here, right? Bang, you GA down the street, and then you float up, you use the super jump, and you land right here, and then the Moira spends all that time chasing you, and then you're out of line of sight, and you would have lived. That's D.Va's fault. But you guys lost the point anyway, so it's time to back off and regroup. Because we can't kill them by staggering in. We can't kill them by staggering in, right? Like, this is the wrong thing to do. 2v5, they're not going to stop anything. Enemy Moira was a nightmare. She is a nightmare. She's terrible, man. Like, she is, again, I haven't seen her heal anyone for this entire game. And there she goes. Just the ease of use of that. And again, like, and that's the other character with the beam, right? And Sim's beam doesn't reach that far, but Moira's does. The crazy part is, Sim is the DPS character. She is the one who's supposed to be dealing the damage. And then Moira's beam just hits from farther out, and and it's just more effective. Flat out, it's just more effective. The D.Va's gonna get, oh man. Oh, she got so lucky that Kiriko came back at that moment with the Suzu, because she was about to get demech'd. She was about to get demech'd hard. You guys are good. You're getting together. This is what you want to see. If this Moira keeps committing, I hope you guys punish her and kill her. But you can see she's getting the Ofuda. This is the Ofuda right here. So she's getting healed from her Kiriko as well. You are back, so let's put it on you. Let's see what happens. This is almost a 5v5 again. D.Va, don't do it. Please don't ruin the potential for it to have been a 5v5. You're good. You're good. Keeping D.Va up. That's good. You guys now have the Kitsune Rush. But unfortunately, you're not able to walk into the Kitsune Rush because she moved forward and used it here where, like, half of its value is down the street behind the payload. She didn't need to use it so far forward. She needed it back here up against this wall, and then she presses it so that all of you guys can get it. Half of the value of this Kitsune is behind the payload already. And unfortunately, the damage into that Sigma just gave him his extra health because he was using Kinetic Grasp. You're good. You're good. Everything's good here. And you forced them off the point. Good job. That is, I am amazed that they C9'd the point at this moment. They had no reason to get off of it at all. They were totally fine. Look how much health Sigma has. Why would he leave? I don't understand. Also, your Junkrat is, like, their Junkrat is here. Their whole team is alive. Why did they C9 the point? Whatever, that's good for you. Look at two of your guys just died. If they'd have just stayed on it, they could have kept going. Good for you, though. Okay, so right off the jump, your team does not know who to play to win this, right? You're like this character, Love. I'm sorry if Love is a friend of yours. I hope not. Tell me Love is not your friend so that I can be mean to her. Love does not know what to play in the most diplomatic way possible. She keeps swapping characters. She's not sure how to get value out of herself. And the other DPS having swapped over to a Mei, for what purpose did you swap over to Mei? Like, this is the hard-hitting question, right? Like, if you guys have respawn advantage, a Widowmaker would have been the call here. You be Widow so that you can snipe people and get that one hit. What the hell is Mei gonna do? The Love is stupid and just doesn't understand how to get value out of herself. She's swapping to every character under the sun, you know, and doing nothing about it, right? Like, that Sim did not work. So now she's like, well, the Ashe wasn't going so well. The Sim wasn't going so well. Maybe I be Echo, right? And then Elion, like, Mei is like the worst possible choice. The only choice worse than Mei would have been Torbjorn or Sim, right? Like, that's pretty much it. There's only a few characters that really are not that great, and she picked one of them. Having a Lucio is okay at this moment, that will help with your AoE healing. But who is Lucio speed boosting? Because the main value of this character is that he can speed boost slow people over to the places they need to be. So, by that logic, why would you play Lucio in this scenario? This is another person who does not know what to play, right? Like, she was Ana, and then she was Moira, and then she was Ana again, and now she's Lucio. Like, this is not good. This shows a lack of understanding, a fundamental lack of understanding of what the team needs and the team comp dynamic and how it should be supported. But who knows? Maybe Love is an Echo main, and that's why she's trying to be Echo now. She does have the cool Echo skin. Who knows? Maybe she just likes the cosmetic option. D.Va. Where is your cover? What cover do you have right here? This D.Va got caught inside of the Junkrat trap, and I just noticed the debris at her feet, so potentially that is why she's standing right here. I thought she was just an idiot, but maybe she meant to go somewhere else and got caught in the trap. Okay, D.Va, that is too far. She wants to dive. Actually, she has Lucio with her, so I think she's okay to dive this Widowmaker right now. I think she'll probably even get the kill on this Widowmaker right now. I take it all back. D.Va's doing the right thing. You can fly up with the Echo. Yes, and that's exactly what you do. You can utilize the super jump to get out of the way. Perfect. You're keeping D.Va alive. Yes. D.Va's trying to absorb the skill orb that is over there. But, you know, a few seconds ago, you heard something very telling, right? You heard Lucio say the words, "I'm on the point." And so then you have to ask yourself, Lucio, why the hell are you on the point? Your aura only hits people around you. Who are you supporting over there? Absolutely no one, dude. Not a single person. No one is getting value out of this Lucio pick right now. He's not doing anything by being on the point. The Mei is completely alone, about to get hit in the face with this Junkrat bomb. Like, there is nothing is happening between these two characters. They are essentially just meat with a computer. Okay, so the Mei goes in, and she says, hey, you know what? I'm gonna build a wall on the point. What value does this bring? No one's really sure, but there it is, right? There it is. The Sigma is up here kind of dueling the Echo, and with the help of the D.Va, the Echo was able to get their tank down. So you guys have secured this point for your team. The tank is down, their only healer is down. There's no possible scenario where you guys don't take this point right now. You win, against all odds. Without Lucio, and with a Mei who builds a wall in the middle of the goddamn point, you have won. And now Lucio's back. We gotta keep, the Echo is the main person who is the damage dealer on your team, so she needs to be supported. Even though this is the character, this is the same person that I hated the way they were positioning before. This is now the only damage dealer on your team, and she needs to be supported the most. You're doing your best to keep everyone up. Your Lucio is keeping your D.Va up. You are healing up the Mei, but guess who's looking at you right now? Oh, hello. Yeah, she sees the moment. She's even aiming down sights at you right now. She is scoped up on your head at this very moment. I hope you don't take the L for this. Oh God, she hit you in the body. Thank God. And then you break line of sight with her. The Echo dives her. The Lucio is coming with her. So this Widowmaker is either dead or she's not gonna get any value. And the Mei walled off the Widowmaker, even though it kind of didn't work the way she wanted to. I'm pretty sure this is the end of Widow. You guys get this point. There's no possible scenario where you guys don't take this point. You should definitely be on it though. Yep. Everything is going exactly as planned. Okay. So now, as the payload comes out, you guys have 36 seconds. You did this a lot faster than they did, right? You're keeping the Mei up. You're keeping the Mei up. Come on, Mei. So she puts the wall up, but the Kiriko had already hit her with a kunai. Kiriko's throwing the Suzu right now, but the Kiriko hit her in the face with a kunai. Or maybe Sigma hit her with both rocks. That could potentially be it too. She just died so quickly that I think she may have taken the kunai in the face. Although it only says that Moira killed her, she died too fast for that. With 30 seconds left, I might have saved that res and just let the Mei respawn, because she's, like I said, you guys are right next to your spawn door now, so, like, potentially, if the Lucio goes down or your tank goes down, that might be a better use of your res in this moment. The DPS are the last people to get resed, right? Your Lucio went down. See, this is the exact moment, right? This is why you don't res the DPS right away. You wait a few seconds to see if anybody else needs it. And then, you know, if it turns out that no one else died, then maybe you throw it to the DPS, right? But this is the longest cooldown ability pretty much in the whole game. And you needed that Lucio right now. Okay, so the D.Va getting off the point right now is maybe not the right choice, although the entire enemy team is there. You can pop Valk and keep her alive pretty easily right now. So she didn't really need to leave, but I see what she's trying to do. She's trying to get the flank angle on this Moira. She wants to break line of sight with some of the people on the enemy team, but in doing so, she has broken line of sight with you, the only person that can keep her alive, right? So this is kind of a D.Va's terrible play right here. But we just don't want it, we don't want it snowballing into a stagger fest, right? So now the Mei went down, the Lucio went down, now the Echo is down, and even though Mei is back up, now it's just you and D.Va here on the point, and Mei is coming back out. So the Lucio swapped over to a Moira. This is significantly better. You popped Valk, which is a great idea for you, because you're going to be able to keep yourself aloft and hard to kill in the moments when you need it most. Unfortunately, D.Va is out of mech, so you guys are down a tank now. There's not much you can do at this moment. Best thing you can do is not get killed by Widow, right? And you can fly into this kind of line of sight with her, but she's not looking at you, so I don't think that is a real concern right now. You're doing great. You're doing great. Fuck yes, dude. The D.Va calls in her mech and crushes the Sigma to death. Yes. Okay, so, like, potentially you guys win this just based off of that one kill. That one kill puts so much pressure on their team to succeed. That being said, everyone needs to be on the payload right now. Every single one of you, except for you, needs to be on the payload, keeping this thing going. Yes, it's going forward. It's going forward. Your Echo is back. You heard the Widowmaker ult go off. Again, you have the peacock feathers to keep you alive. You can just stand right behind them. But you do it from the other side, that's totally fine too. You can see that the Moira is right behind. This is a sketchy situation. Sketchy situation. The Mei is already here. The Echo is in the sky. Wherever Echo is. There's Echo. So she's not quite in the sky. But your team, your D.Va is going to go back and peel. Your D.Va needs to be up front. She can't be running back right now. The soldier's damage needs to be defense matrixed. The Widowmaker's shots need to be defense matrixed. And the Moira just got her grape popped, dude. What really threw for your team was this. That right there. And look at her stupid ass face. Oh my god. She looks like the bent neck lady from The Haunting of Hill House. Like, her stupid ass ran all the way up in front of Soldier, in front of Kiriko, in front of Widowmaker, the people who get the most value out of headshots, some of the biggest value out of headshots in the entire game. She was like, let me run up directly in front of them, and paid the price for it. This sucks. You might not win. That, like, as good as killing the Sigma was, killing the Moira on your team has now evened the score.
Duplicating Soldier 76.
Okay. The Moira is stalling. She's stalling you right now with her ultimate and her self-healing. The Mei being here is potentially, like, her wall may be able to keep the people on the other side out for the time that you need to push it forward, if you can get the kill on this Moira. Oh, that's good. Except the Moira's just going to fade out of it. She's already out of it, right? Yep. I knew it. I knew it, dude. So you res Moira. Nice. Nice. Okay, hopefully you guys are still on the point. You are? Awesome. Okay, it's looking good. It's looking like this could still happen right now. Yes? Oh my god, it's contested right at the moment when you needed it most. And where's the Diva's ult? Oh my god. Oh my god, okay. Diva, stop throwing your fucking ult in the air. Put it on the payload. This is the moment when you need it on the payload most. You need them to leave the payload alone. Oh god, okay. The Diva ult kills the Moira. And you do it? You do it? You do it! You did it! Oh my god! Oh, that was so tense. I felt the tension of that game in real life. Oh my god, you did it. Holy shit. What a game. What a game, dude. Oh my god. Oh. I feel like I was in that game. I feel like I played in that game. That's how tense that was at the end. Oh my god. Amazing. You implemented every single thing that I talked about in your review. You did exactly what I told you you should do in all of the scenarios I told you to do them. The only thing that you have, the only critique that I could give you at the moment is just watch out for rezzing DPS immediately after they die. Just wait a few seconds, make sure that your other support or your tank doesn't die, and then as it gets closer to their timer being done, then you can res them if it's safe, right? Like, if nobody died after like 4 seconds, then it might be safe to res the DPS, because the only thing about res is that if you use it on a DPS, you then can't use it on one of your support or your tank, who are arguably more valuable of a character, unless they're like the main person getting kills. Those are arguably more valuable of a character to keep alive. What an insane game. That was amazing. Storm, thank you so much for sending me that incredible footage. That was such a good game.